The Outlanders of Northost, Volume 1. The Girl Named Gwenevere, by Luke Beckstrand. Narrated by the author and Jacob Lord. Prologue. The Signs Agree. Sometimes momentous occurrences begin with nothing more than seemingly irrelevant details placed in the right order. The Mulwark Archives, first line of Section 1. Darkness, complete and absolute. It rose from the ground and enveloped Kiev without any warning. He could feel the cold air whipping around him, feel the spray of the water on his back, hear the crash of the waves, but see none of it. The cloud of blackness caused such abrupt blindness that Kiev would have been startled if he hadn't experienced it a dozen times before. Accompanied by a thunderous crash of waves, the darkness faded. As Kiev's sight returned, he saw that he was no longer alone. His visitor stood several feet away, with his back to him, hands clasped behind him. A cowl hid his face, and gray robes covered his body, but Kiev knew who it was. Falling to one knee, he bowed reverently. Neither of them spoke for a long while. The waves echoed as they crashed against the cliff beneath them. The night sky was surprisingly clear, allowing Kiev a perfect view of the rare celestial occurrence overhead. All 5 of Northost's brilliant moons shone above them, an event that Kiev waited anxiously to experience only once every 20 years. Each moon differed in size and position, but they all gleamed with the same full, silvery light, illuminating the vast gray expanse of land that stretched along the coast. Kiev felt a rush of impatience. His visitor must have brought news. They had spent so long preparing for tonight, Kiev was uncertain what their next step was going to be. Was there to be more waiting? Were things going according to plan? These questions burned at the end of Kiev's tongue, but he knew better than to act. His gray-clad visitor remained silent for what seemed to be an agonizing eternity before speaking. "It's happening tonight," he murmured, his voice holding a mixture of awe and excitement. "The signs agree." He was gazing at the sky. Oceans of glittering stars and constellations shone like a great tapestry above them. An artist could not have organized a more stunning arrangement of the heavens. The manner in which the constellations arrayed themselves was unreal, creating vibrant designs that stretched from horizon to horizon. In all of Kiev's long years of life, he had never seen the night sky assembled so comprehensively. Perhaps someone with more knowledge of astronomy and celestial signs could have told him what it all meant. Not that Kiev really cared. More than anything, he wished for his visitor to tell him what their next move was going to be. "You may rise," the gray-clad man said finally. Kiev gratefully got to his feet. "In the years that follow the events of tonight, I'm going to have quite a bit more to do," the gray-clad man went on distractedly. "Azara will try to intercede, of course, but she can be avoided. And the others, well, I've called you here to help me deal with one of them, an old friend of ours." A surge of excitement rose in Kiev's chest. So he was to act, and to move against a familiar enemy no less. "You remember your old classmate, the audacious Moonstride?" "I remember," Kiev replied. "The last servant I sent after Moonstride failed abysmally," the gray-clad man said. "I pray you shall do better." "Where is Moonstride now?" Kiev asked eagerly. "Near Castleton, I believe, but I do not know for sure. You'll have to find him." "And when I do?" "He's far too dangerous to be left roaming about," the gray-clad man whispered. "The next few years will be complicated enough without him getting in our way." "Shall I kill him then?" Kiev asked eagerly. "Yes, and swiftly," the gray-clad man replied. Kiev grinned widely. That was exactly what he wanted to hear.